Hi Veerle, how are you?
Hi Valerie, I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. I'm here to ask you a couple of questions. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
So, you have some experience abroad. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Sure. The vast majority of my career I've lived and spent in Belgium, but back in 2016 I basically moved to the US and took on a global role. In that global role I continued to travel, and so I got exposed to quite a lot of cultures. And then in April of 2019 I moved back to Europe, into Munich, into Germany, and it continued with my global role, but then also moved into a regional role where I work across 8 different countries in the Western European region. I can only recommend people to consider taking assignments abroad, and really, because it really expands your experience and it's enriching for you both personally but also professionally.
Interesting. And I heard you love dogs. How many do you have?
I do love dogs. They're part of my life for my entire lifetime. So at this point we have 2 dogs. I have a 1-year-old Pomeranian and a 3-year-old wild-haired Dachshund. So in addition, I'm also a dog grandma, if you will, for 2 of my daughter's long-haired Dachshunds. So we are a pack of 4 at home. So it's quite exciting.
That's very cute. And what do you do to relax?
Well, of course, my dogs play a big part of that, as do my family, and spending time with all of them is actually very relaxing to me. In addition, I like sports and I do some personal training as well as some padel, and I like to play some golf every once in a while.
Interesting. Can you pitch us what it means to you to be an EVP recycling?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead. Well, being the EVP of recycling means a lot to me. First, it enabled me to join Umicore, which is a company with an inspiring value proposition that I personally subscribe to. Second, as the EVP of recycling, I get to take part in the development of this exciting recycling business together with 3,000 people in our business units. That's great. In terms of looking ahead, I see 3 priorities initially, and they center around people, business, and safety. On the people side, I want to get to know our people and also understand how the Umicore way is being lived every day. Second, on business, I'd like to understand our current performance and the execution strategies that we've put in place to deliver on the RISE 2030 strategy. And then last, but surely not least, safety. I want to be part of understanding how we can accelerate our improvement in our safety performance, so that every employee or colleague that works with us can go home in the same way that they came to work in the morning. So stay tuned, there's more to come.